After party for what? We're just at the bar. I cannot have this shoulder be the problem. Hey everybody, I know it's dark. Welcome back to another weekly vlog. Right now, I'm walking to my friend Nicole's house because we are all Ubering to this bar in Clifton for galentines. I know y'all can't see me or the fit. You guys gonna see the fit when I get there. These shoes are so high. Literally just starting off the vlog complaining, but I have all the girls' gifts. Shira is going to actually meet us at the bar, but is this Ashley's car right out front? I have no idea. But I'm trying to look at the numbers on the houses to see which house is her house. That's 197. Did I miss it? Hold on. Is it across the street? Am I bugging? All right, hold on. I gotta use my phone to figure out which house is her house. Give me a sec. I did pass it. I'm dumb, but we made it. Swing that thing. Thank you, Mama. It might fake him. Did you think about it? No.
I'm trying to indulge in that. In my great tracksuit, see the bulge in that. See the motion clap when you're throwing it back. These females planning on doing me wrong, so I'm grabbing a dome at the Trojan pack. Post the location after we're gone, can't slip and let them know where we're at. I don't know about you, but I value my life. Cause imagine I die, and I ain't made 100 M's yet. There's so much things I ain't done yet. Like a flight attendant. I don't party, but I heard Cardi there, so I might attend it. Gotta kick back sometimes and wonder how life would have been if I never did take them risks and would have I prospered. Floating and I won't go under. Been out of town for a month. Absence made the love grow fonder. UK rapper, UK drill. Gotta mention my name if you talk about the genre. I'm drunk. How can I be homophobic? On Hennessy. I'm drunk. I look good, so. The man them celebrate Eid. The trap still running on Christmas Day. How can I be homophobic?
I just wanted to update y'all. It's 3 a.m. I'm home. I ripped my lashes off. I'm literally on the toilet. Already peed, but just been sitting here. And I have work in about 8 hours. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Hey, so today's Tuesday. Yesterday was spent nursing a hangover and working. Right now I'm on my way. No, I'm in the car. I parked, Chloe's on their way, and we are gonna go see the new movie Argylle. It's our thing. Going to the movies is our thing. You guys should know this you guys probably don't know this. I don't vlog that often. But going to the movies is our thing. So we're watching Argylle. I don't work tomorrow, so tomorrow's gonna be a big editing day. So let me just explain what happened on Sunday because I didn't really give you guys a good rundown of what happened. So I drove to my friend's house in Arlington. And then from Arlington, we went to L, Lobby, and Elizabeth. And I don't know why I kept saying Clifton. All week I've been saying Clifton. It was Elizabeth. So we got there, and of course, Shira's always late. So Shira was late, but she wasn't as late as she is usually. We exchanged gifts, and then we were just eating. I had tacos, Nicole had salmon, Ashley had like a chicken sandwich, and Shira had like fried rice with chicken and shrimp, and we had such a good time dancing. As you can see from the clips, I was a little lit. I was extremely lit, but we had such a good time. I was wearing this like velvet Fashion Nova bodysuit. I'll put a picture here, but my boobs are too big for it, just like so many other things. So I had on one of those like sticky bras. Remember like 2016 when everyone had those little sticky bras with the little drawstring to like pull your boobs together? I was wearing one of those, and then midway through the night I literally just like ripped it off and threw it in my purse because I was like, it just kept falling. My bodysuit kept falling down, my bra was out. I was like, fuck it, I have to take this off. Plus I was drunk. It was a whole mess. We had a good time. There was a group of weird 50-year-old men who came to our table. He called himself Mr. Good Life, and he's like a party promoter. He wanted us to go to an after party, but I was like, after party for what? We're just at the bar. But we did have a good time despite Mr. Good Life not paying our bill. And then I think that's it. Like, Shira was okay to drive, so she drove us back to Nicole's house where all of our cars were. Ashley was good to drive, so she got in her car and went home, but I was not still good to drive. I had 2 Hennessy Passions and like maybe 3 shots of pink lemonade vodka. So I was still fucked up. So I spent some time with Nicole. We chatted for a little bit. And then when I was good to drive, I went home. And this is Chloe FaceTiming me. So I will see you guys later. Good morning. It is Wednesday, and guess where I'm on my way to? You literally already know I'm on my way to Aldi. I actually have to go pick up some like breakfast stuff because I ran out of breakfast stuff and I need to go to the bank, and there's a bank by the Aldi. So I'm doing that. I left the gym today. I did legs. I haven't written out my like workout schedule, so I was just going in there doing anything. The last time I went to the gym I did shoulders, and as you guys know, in December I was in a car accident and I hurt my shoulder. Yeah, so back in December I was in a car accident and I hurt my shoulder. So I went and did shoulders, and the first day it was fine, but then the next 2 days was very hard. It still hurts. I only did with 8 pounds, so I'm like, I didn't realize my injury was that bad. I did get x-rays, and my x-rays came back that like nothing was broken. I just have a soft tissue injury, and I was told at the time to wear the like heating, you know, those adhesive-y pads that like heat up for like these sort of injuries. I was told to wear those like 12 hours on, 12 hours off for a week, and I did that. But now I guess since I'm putting more strain on the muscle, it's gonna hurt again. Hopefully this ends completely, but I went to go see my grandma. My grandma's like, that's probably always gonna be the shoulder that gives you problems, and I'm like, I don't want it to. Like, I love the gym, I love working out, I love lifting weights. I cannot have this shoulder be the problem. Also, as you can see, I have a new car. I got this car through Carvana, and I know a lot of people had or have had issues in the past with Carvana. I personally didn't have any issues, at least not so far. So I got this car delivered to me on February 7th. Today's the 21st, so I've had it for literally officially 2 weeks now. And it's not giving me any problems. I know I took it straight to the mechanic. Okay, let me start from the beginning. So I was looking for cars. I thought Carvana would be the best way to go, just because I didn't have the resources to go to a dealer and purchase a car that way, because I would want to go to upstate New York to buy a car because they're much cheaper there. That's where I got my last car. The interest rate wasn't bad. I mean, post-COVID, the interest rates are awful, but I had a good experience when I went to upstate New York last time to get a car, so I wanted to do that again. But that's 3 hours, almost 3 hours away from me. So I would have had to rent a car, go up, drop off the car, go to the dealer. It would have been a whole thing. So my first plan was to like have my mom co-sign on a car with me so the payments would be lower, and then get back onto her insurance because I had State Farm before. And then after my accident, State Farm was like, ooh, you kind of can't have insurance through us anymore. I think now, I don't know if it's like federally or just my state. I live in New Jersey. My mom lives in New York. Instead of looking back 3 years into your driving history, now they're looking back 5 years. So my first accident was like 4 years and 8 months ago. So that was still on my record. I had one speeding ticket from 2 years ago, and then also my accident that happened in December. So it looks like I'm a high-risk driver, and State Farm didn't want to insure me. So I was online putting my information into every single like insurance quote portal thing that existed to try to get a good rate. Verizon. Geico, they have the same vibes to me, Geico and Verizon. They were telling me they wanted like $700, $800 a month. Progressive was saying around the same thing, and then a lot of places were just like, no, we will not insure you. So that was a big struggle as well. So my mom was like, okay, I'm gonna buy a car for you in my name and then put you under my insurance again, or like put you as an authorized driver, but it's gonna be my insurance policy. So State Farm, she called State Farm to see if that was possible. State Farm was like, hey, if you do that, it's gonna put my mom's insurance at risk, and because it's going to flag in the system that I'm not allowed to have State Farm even as an authorized driver on her car, and that will put her insurance at risk. So after that I was like, oof, okay, we got to find a different solution. So my mom was sending me a bunch of these like New Jersey high-risk driver insurance policies so that I can just get insured and get on the road. So I had to go through one of those. every time I go to Aldi, I do this. So I had to go through one of those, like New Jersey high risk protection plan or whatever. So I applied for that, and then they called me back like literally almost right away. So I got my insurance check back from State Farm. So I had the money to purchase the car. It's just the problem was finding someone to insure me, because I don't live in one of those states where it's like, hey, you don't got insurance, that's on you, bro. Like, if you want to get into accidents, you just got to pay out of pocket. Like, you don't have to have insurance. Like, no, I live in New Jersey. New Jersey, you are required by law to have insurance. She called me back. Her name, I think, was like Dana or something, from the New Jersey high risk policy. I don't know exactly what it is called, but she called me back and she was like, okay, well, you're gonna have to pay this big lump sum for the first 2 months, and then in April you're gonna have to make another payment of like a little bit less but still a lot of money to be insured through July, and then in July, to continue insurance, you're gonna have to do it all over again. Which I don't mind, but in July I'll officially be 25 years old, so hopefully I can go through a different insurer, and then the rate will be lower because I am older. And then in July, that 4 years and 8 months ago accident will also be off my record, so it'll just be the one speeding ticket and the accident in December. So that's was the car story. So I finally got the high risk New Jersey plan through my lady Dana. She was awesome. And then literally immediately, because I had placed the order through Carvana already, and Carvana, they tell you like, get your documents, we're not dropping off this car, and we're gonna put the car back up for sale until you submit your documents. So as soon as I got off the phone with her, I submitted those documents to Carvana, and then I think this was on a Friday. Carvana came and dropped off the car on Wednesday, and I had no problems. The guy, he called me, he was, because I live on a street, you guys know, where I don't have a driveway, I don't have a parking lot, like it's next to a bunch of businesses, so it's only on street parking. So he calls me, he's like, okay, well, morning of, he was like, hey, your car is estimated to be delivered around 11 o'clock. I was like, perfect. He was like, they only left you a quarter tank of gas. Like, do you want me to stop and pick up gas? Like, are you in a rush to have the car? And I was like, no, that's not a problem at all. He's like, okay, well, I'm gonna detail the car for you, go fill it up, and then I'll be on my way. So I should be there instead of 11, like 11:15. And I'm like, that's perfect. But he still got there at 11, even though he did stop to fill up the tank. So he called me, he's like, hey, I couldn't park on your, there's nowhere for me to unload the car on your street, but if you go around the block, I'm on this street and I'm unloading the car there. I said, that's not a problem. So I walked over, he just literally just took the car off the truck, gave me the keys. I had to sign some final papers, like the power of attorney for them to submit the registration documents on my behalf, because Carvana has a 7-day money back guarantee. So after the 7 days are up, they're going to submit the documents for me, and then they'll give me updates on like, where's my title and my registration. So those two things I don't have yet, and that's it. It was a really easy process. I have heard horror stories with Carvana. I've heard that it's either really great or really, really horrible. So I was scared that I would get a dud of a car, but like all the reviews I was reading, it was just like, Carvana sold me a crap car and my warranty is up, so I can't send it back. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do my due diligence. I've had a mechanic that's been working on my family's cars for the past like 20 years. I remember being a little girl. Sorry, my nose is ready. I remember being a little girl going to this mechanic at the same exact spot with the same exact guys for my mom's car. And then now my grandma goes to them. And now that I have a car, I go to them. My sisters don't have car. I don't know. My oldest sister, I have no fucking idea if she has a car. My sister that's right above me lives in Manhattan, so she doesn't have a car. But I'm the only daughter with a car, so I go to them now too. So it's literally my whole family's been going there for many years. So the day after they dropped the car off, I was on PTO, so I had a couple days. The day after Carvana dropped the car off, I took it straight up to my mechanic, and my mechanic was like, it's in good condition, but that, you know how mechanics are. He's like, it is an American made car. I bought it with 86,000 miles on it. So they said, once it hits 100,000, you're gonna be seeing me more often. And I'm like, that was expected. Like with my last car, there was a point where I was spending $600 a month just going to the mechanic because of all of the problems. I can give a whole story time on the list of problems that I had with that freaking car. But I was like, that's not a problem. Like literally every paycheck, I'm just gonna take money out and put it to the side as like emergency car fund, emergency car fund, emergency car fund in case anything goes wrong with this car. So right now I am driving a 2013 Chevy Equinox. I have fabric seats. Some things that are different from this car about my last car is that this car, I don't think it's much bigger than my last car. Please don't hit my car, because this guy's parking next to me. But I feel like it's not much bigger, but I do feel like I'm way higher up. And like, I drove my coworker home from my part-time job like a couple days after I got the car, or maybe the same day that I got the car, and she was like, this feels so high up. And I'm like, girl, I know. I do have fabric seats, which does scare me because I spill things. And also the smells, they trap smells. So if I have food in here, I'm afraid it'll smell like food for the next couple days. I do have Bluetooth in this car. My last car did not have Bluetooth. The only imperfection is that there's some, if you can see it, you see how there's like some wear and tear on the steering wheel, but that doesn't bother me at all. Yeah, and I have space. I do have to get it washed though, because I parked under like a tree and there's so much bird poop on it. But overall, I really like my new car. So yeah, that's it. I'm going into Aldi to buy our breakfast stuff, and then we are gonna go home. And then today is just like a productivity day, as my off days usually are. Last night, oh, that's also what I want to talk to you guys about, but I will talk to you guys about that probably on the way back to Aldi, from Aldi. Argylle was a horrible movie. That's what I'm gonna say for now. Let me go into Aldi and do some shopping, and then we will discuss how terrible Argylle was, without any spoilers, of course. So I'm home. Let's put these groceries away while I talk to y'all about... The light in here sucks. While I talk to y'all about how terrible Argylle was. That's my baby boy Cullen. I don't think he likes the new food I got him, but I had to get this. This was the only kitten food at Target when I went to go get some. I know. So I'm gonna go back tomorrow. Hopefully there's like a different type of kitten food. Sorry, I was looking at something. But yeah, he doesn't like it. Hi, buddy. Hi, buddy. Okay, so let's put these groceries away and let's talk about Argylle. Like, I feel like it lasted way too long and there was way too many plot twists. And I'm not gonna spoil the movie. Hold on. Can I tilt you guys up? So I feel like there was way too many plot twists. Only one of the little plot twists, like 8. And it was so insanely long, and there were so many things that didn't need to happen. There were so many fight sequences that didn't need to happen. Like, they were going back and forth, back and forth. There were things that seemed like they would be important in the movie, and then they ended up not being important. Sorry about the lighting in here. I have, like, my overhead light is yellow. My light above my, because you guys are sitting on my stove, I don't really have too much counter space. So the light attached to the vent on my stove is blue, and then I have my lamp. It's a whole thing. But there were things in the movie that seemed like they would be important, ended up not being important. The acting was not good. So many people were it was just so, it wasn't confusing to follow. It was just like, none of this, so much of this didn't need to happen. Like, we were sitting there for so long, like, what is this? Like, and it felt like the world's longest movie, to the point where I literally pulled out my phone and Googled the runtime, and I'm like, this movie started at 7:30. I'm sorry, it started at 5:30. We got there at 5, like a little like 6-ish, because I got out of work at 5 and Chloe lives like an hour plus away from the theater. So we were both late. Like, I got to the mall as soon as I could, but the movie started at 5:30. I got out of work at 5, like the after work traffic. So I pulled up to the mall at like 5:45, you guys saw that. And then Chloe pulled up a few minutes after me. And then we had to go get the snacks and do the whole thing. And then by the time we sat down, we were already a few minutes into the movie. And Chloe, while we were getting our snacks, they were like, well, I know that this is what's happening in the movie. Like, the writing was so bad and it was so predictable that I predicted many things that were going to happen in the movie. So, you know, guys know Argylle is about like this writer who writes books about like these spy, I don't want to say expeditions, but like spy missions, and it turns out like the things that she's writing about is actually happening in real life, and whatever. And Chloe said while we were getting the snacks, I know that the only part that we're missing is that the beginning action sequence where she's explaining like, this is what's in my book. And then we got there and that's exactly what was happening. Like, we only missed the first maybe like 10 or 15 minutes, because, you know, it doesn't start at 5:30 like they do the previews, the Nicole Kidman heartbreak feels good in a place like this, you know, they do all that stuff. And then we got there, sat down, and then it was paced so weird. The acting wasn't very good. The best part about the movie was Sam Rockwell. and Samuel L. Jackson. Everything else, like so much of it I could have done without. The wigs were amazing, but the styling of the wigs were awful. It was just so much going on and so much of it that didn't need to happen. Also, Bryan Cranston was a good part in the movie, but other than that, I'm like, this budget for this movie definitely went towards special effects for fight scenes that didn't need to happen, and Samuel L. Jackson and Bryan Cranston and John Cena and Dua Lipa. That's where the budget went, because it wasn't in the writing. Like, I was literally sitting next to Chloe and be like, I bet you this is what's gonna happen. And then guess what? It did. Like, it was so bad. You guys know that Chloe and I, like, that's our thing to go to the movies. So last time we got physical tickets, like we paid in person, and I want to continue to do that because I need to go to Five Below and get a cork board so I can keep track of all of our tickets. This one we did digitally because we were late, but I wouldn't even want to save this ticket. I wouldn't even want to save this stub. It was so bad. But I am going to keep a running list of all the movies that Chloe and I watched together. And I do intend to bring the podcast back. So hopefully at the end of the year, Chloe could be a guest on my podcast. And we can talk about all the movies we saw this year and all of the experiences we had going to the movies this year. So I have to talk to them about that. Also, Chloe is talking about making their own YouTube channel. So whenever they do that, I'm gonna send you guys over there too. But let me show you guys what I got at Aldi. So you guys saw I got chicken thighs. Like, I literally just got like my weekly staples for the rest of the week because I only got things to last me until Friday because I get paid on Friday. Today's Wednesday. So I'm gonna make these tortellinis for, like, I think lunch and dinner tonight. I have some seasoned chicken thighs in there, but I don't know if they're going to be defrosted by the time I want to use them tonight. So I got these. I got these like mini frozen pancakes. I always get these. I try to get the protein pancakes when they have them, but they haven't been having them recently. And they have the protein French toast sticks, but I heard those were awful, so I don't want to buy them if they're gross. I mean, they had the protein chocolate chip mini pancakes, but it only had 12 pancakes in it, and they were more expensive than these. And also, I don't really want chocolate chip pancakes because I'm a syrup girly, and I feel like syrup with chocolate, like, it's so much. Then we got coffee creamer for our protein coffee, and I really need to up my protein intake if I'm trying to build muscle again. So I got these protein waters. They do have caffeine in them, so I am concerned about how I'm gonna feel if I drink a Celsius in the morning and then drink one of these in the afternoon. Like, that Panera lemonade thing kind of scared me a lot about caffeine intake. And then also I do my protein coffee, but I know if I have a Celsius in the morning, I'm not gonna have caffeinated coffee at, like, when I come home and eat breakfast. So I usually do the decaf, but if I'm gonna drink these as well, I'm like on it. So I need to get my FitnessPal back so I can track how much caffeine I'm intaking, and they'll let me know, like, hey, this is a dangerous amount of caffeine, or you shouldn't exceed this amount of, like, milligrams of caffeine in a day. But I did get these because I need to up my protein intake. And then tomorrow's Thursday, and then Friday I get paid, so I only got 2 Celsius. One for tomorrow morning at the gym, and then one for Friday morning at the gym. And then I guess Saturday or so I can do like some, like, my full week of grocery shopping. And then last but not least, I have my wellness shots. I like to take these every day. I was taking the vitamin C and the turmeric before, but now they have ginger. They didn't have the vitamin C. I can't even lie to you guys, I was only taking the vitamin C ones because they taste the best, because the turmeric one was nasty. I know the ginger one's gonna be nasty, but the ginger, I know it's good for me, and so I'm gonna take it. So I'm taking my magnesium, which I heard is like memory and like a good like, it's like a natural antidepressant. Yeah, so it's like memory and learning, cognitive function, and mood. So I need to remember to take these in the morning. Iron, I literally just got the generic ones from Target. I'm kind of apprehensive about taking the iron just because I don't know if I'm even iron deficient. So I do need to get blood work done at some point, but I have iron, and then if I get blood work and they say I don't need it, I'm not gonna take it anymore. And then just vitamin C. If y'all know, I get sick every time the season changes. So like, I was sick around Halloween, and then I was sick again sometime in December maybe, or November maybe. But I get sick all the time. Maybe January, I'm not sure, I can't remember, but I'm sick literally all the time. So I actually really do need to be taking vitamin C. Actually, just in general taking better care of myself. So those are some of the things that I got. Right now I'm going to clean the apartment up because it's not dirty, but it is cluttered. And as you guys see here, I have my cleaning schedule on the side of my fridge and I haven't stuck to it in the past couple days. So today is Wednesday. I need to cook lunch for the rest of the week. So I need to cook just something to take to work so I'm not spending so much money while I'm out, because I do have financial goals this year that I want to accomplish. And then I need to clean the kitchen, just do the dishes. The counter doesn't look too bad. The stove doesn't look too bad, but if I'm cooking, I'm probably gonna make a mess. Yesterday was litter, sweep, litter, do the litter, like scoop the litter, sweep and mop. But I swept, I mopped on like Sunday, I think. So I don't know that I necessarily need to mop again. But I will sweep and do the litter. And then for Monday, it was clean the bathroom. So I have to clean the bathroom and just catch up on all of the chores that I need to do. And then I have to sit down and finish filming Beat TV. I filmed the first part of the third part of the wedding frame on Sunday, but I was doing it as I was getting ready to go somewhere. So by the time I had to leave the house, I didn't finish filming the video. So that's what I'm going to do today, and then I'm going to sit down, edit it, and then try to also upload it today. Right now it is 11:33, so I am going to clean this place up, and next time you see me I will probably be making lunch or just finished filming Beat TV and then making lunch. I don't know, but I'll see you guys.